it's Mindy with Astrology by Love, here to talk to you today about Tyler from Tyler's Tarot. So we're going to go over his natal chart, why he is the way he is, some things that Tyler can expect coming up, and it should be a good time. So thanks for hanging out with me. Hit that like and subscribe button and we'll go ahead and jump in. Okay, so here is Tyler's chart. So when I first looked at Tyler's chart, the first thing I noticed is that his sun is in the 12th house and his moon is in the 8th. So these are the houses that anytime a planet's in the 12th or the 8th, we tend to have psychic tendencies. We may call it a sixth sense, we may call it just knowing somehow, but that's what these houses represent. So the 12th house is your subconscious house. It's the house you can't see what's going on. This is the house of dreaming, what takes place in our sleep. Foreign countries we can't see. These are traditional buildings and institutions where we can't see behind the walls what goes on, hospitals, government structures. Whenever you have a planet like Tyler with the sun in the 12th house, you have flashes of knowing and you don't know why. Now, psychic abilities in the 12th house are hard to control. This is when you have dreams and you don't know why you had the dream, but you have the dream. When Tyler starts channeling and, singing songs and he doesn't know where that comes from, that's the 12th house. Now, Tyler's moon is in the 8th house. So the 8th house are the secrets that we know about others. So this is a psychic ability that you can control. Tyler's moon's there. So he probably gets these giftings. He gets them from both sides. He gets it from his father, that is represented by the sun. He gets it from his mother, represented by the moon. And so that is why we know Tyler. He's an excellent tarot reader, excellent psychic, very entertaining. I started watching him back in January of 2017. Y'all know Tyler's from Georgia, so I think he sounds right. And anyway, Tyler has been on point so many times over the years. Very amusing, very entertaining, and his gifting of being a psychic is from, like I said, sun in the 12th house, moon in the 8th. So as you can see, Tyler has more than one planet in the 12th house. So he has his sun, he has Venus, and he has Mercury. So whenever someone has Mercury in the 12th house, this is very much, once again, psychic intuition, knowing things and not knowing why. So probably his whole life he's had like a sense of when something's about to happen or when someone's about to say something. Once again, this is not the part of his psychic ability that he can control. Also with Mercury in the 12th house, it can be a little bit of gloom and doom. So the 12th house has been called the house of undoing. So Tyler can very much, whenever we're listening to him sometimes, he talks about, oh, I'm not doing a good job. Oh, this isn't going to be any good. And that's just Mercury in the 12th house. Tyler thinking negatively about himself. It's the house of undoing. You got to watch your words. And that's, Tyler has Mercury in the 12th house. Now, his sun, Venus, and Mercury are all in the sign of Aries. Aries is a very impulsive energy. It's ruled by the planet Mars. So with all that Aries energy, Tyler very much will go after something before thinking about it. My favorite Aries quote is from Sam Walton that built Walmart. They've got a quote inside of Walmart that says, ready, fire, aim. That's the perfect example of Aries energy. So with Mercury in the 12th house, Tyler has a hard time knowing what he's thinking and almost has to talk in order to realize, oh my gosh, I do think that. So that's how Tyler finds out what he's thinking, is just by blurting it out. And a lot of times there's not a window of time between an Aries Mercury thinking and speaking. So it all comes out. And Tyler is very much an external processor because of this position. He also has Venus in Aries. This is a little bit of someone who could impulsively shop. So when he sees it, he wants it. He doesn't want to plan around it. He doesn't want to tiptoe, bargain shop, see if he can get a bit. Nope, he just gets it. He wants it, he gets it. And this is very much part of Tyler's characteristics. And of course, one of the reasons we love Tyler is because that mouth of his just goes off. Like all of a sudden he's just, what do you want me to do, Cancer? Do you want me to go out and date for you, Cancer? Do you want me to go and ask him out and get on the dating websites for you, Cancer? Tyler very much goes off, and that's one of the reasons we love him, one of the reasons we watch. So that Mercury in Aries, very impulsive, very jump out and say it. Also with Mercury at 0 degrees, it's the most impulsive Aries. It's the most impulsive aggressiveness. Tyler likes to fight. He likes to fight just for fighting's sake. He'll be the devil's advocate. He doesn't care. He just likes to go off sometimes. That's Mercury at 0 degrees of Aries. Now that takes us to Tyler's second house. So the second house is our money. It's the things we value, family value, the things that we were raised to believe matter. Tyler has Jupiter and Mars in this house. They're also both in Gemini. Now, Gemini energy also likes to debate and argue just for the sake of it. So Jupiter is there. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance. It's not really comfortable in Gemini because it has to go back and forth. It's like, let me out-argue you, let me out-argue you more, let me expound on this, let me say even more. And so Tyler very much has to communicate, has to argue, has to debate. And Jupiter over here has a sextile to that Mercury. So this is very much him going off. I bet Tyler even argues with himself when no one's around. That's how much he needs debate. That's how much he needs that mental stimulation, constant mental stimulation. Also, he's got Mars there in Gemini. So Mars in Gemini, Mars is very much the planet of masculinity. It's how we go after stuff. It's how we attack. Tyler attacks with words. So we've all seen him go off, and he's got lots of this energy in his chart, lots of it. So Mars in his chart is also sextile Sun and Venus. So he's very much about going after what he wants. He very much likes to fight for it. If he's got a goal, he's going to conquer it. We see all this with Tyler anytime we watch his videos. So I'm just showing y'all this is how it plays out in the charts, and this is very much a good description of who Tyler is. Now let's go to the ninth house. So Tyler's ninth house is kind of busy. So millennials, the people born in the late 80s, early 90s, there were a couple of planetary pileups going on at that time that made that generation a little bit nervous, a little bit sensitive, and Tyler's part of that generation. So we see in the ninth house, Tyler has Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus all close together in the sign of Capricorn. So these are outer planets. They take a long time to go around the sun. So that influence was there for his generation, for the millennials. This is very much an energy of nervousness, of anxiety, of oversensitivity, of feeling restricted, and it has a difficult relationship, a 90-degree angle. We call it a square with all of Tyler's planets in the 12th house. So we've already talked a little bit about how Tyler says, oh, this reading's not any good. Oh, I don't like this reading. I'm going to delete this video when I'm through. Part of that is Mercury in the 12th house, but the other part of it, he has another influence of this from all those planets in the 9th house making a square to those planets in the 12th. The 9th house is also the house of the long game. This is the information that we get out to the world. This isn't just like the neighborhood gossip rag. This is like YouTube. So Tyler very much, he's nervous about being on camera, but it's also he's drawn to it. The energies are there. And so whether he's nervous or anxious or not, he gets up there, he does it. And the thing about squares is they produce. They may not do it in a very graceful way. They may not do it in a very southern, well-mannered way, but doggone it, they produce with a big old mess, but you succeed. So way to go, Tyler. So even if Tyler is anxious, nervous, sensitive, that square, those energies kind of causing friction against each other, force him to get out there. Force him to go after it. He's not allowed to take a day off. He doesn't feel like he can be lazy, and it's because of those influences of energies. Another thing that is working for Tyler in his chart, he has got Pluto in the 7th house. So Pluto in the 7th house is very much the energy of stalkers, people who love to watch, people who want to see what he's doing. Here on YouTube, We call them subscribers. I've been a stalker / subscriber of Tyler's since January of 2017. So no shade, just calling it what it is. So when Pluto's in the 7th house though, Tyler has come across people in his life who have tried to control him. Anytime he's tried to date or be in a romantic relationship or a business partnership, they have very much tried to control him. So Tyler being an Aries sun, Mercury, Venus in the sign of Aries, Tyler is very much about being in charge himself. So he's not looking to be controlled, and he is not okay with that. He could probably tell a couple of different stories of how he's gone off and rebelled and, told people, hey, you can't tell me what to do. And so being self-employed, being his own boss, being his own person is perfect for Tyler. Also, Pluto in Tyler's 7th house has a sextile relationship to Saturn in the 9th. So it's stimulating all these anxious, spiritual, oversensitive energies in that house of the long distance game. So the fact that people are watching Tyler, the fact that we're obsessed with him and we subscribe and we're like, oh my gosh, Tyler, do our reading, that keeps him going. That keeps him on his game. He likes to grow, to do better, to accomplish and go after his long-term goals. So next, I want to talk a little bit about some transits that are going on in the sky. As y'all may or may not know, this is really the only time in history all the outer planets are changing signs within a 6.5-month period of time. So it started at the end of November with Pluto moving into Aquarius. The other 4 outer planets are going to be moving by the first week of July. So Tyler has had Uranus going through his first house. So your first house is how you appear in public. It's that meet and greet phase. It's everyone's first impression of you. So when Uranus is going through your first house, your behavior is a little bit unpredictable. You're not behaving in the way that you normally would. A Taurus ascendant is someone who is steady, they're predictable, the world can count on them. Now, we've already talked a little bit about Tyler and him, needing to talk in order to know what he's thinking, enjoying going off, being verbally aggressive. That is part of Tyler's personality anyways. So with Uranus going through the first house, though, Tyler's behavior has been even a little bit more unpredictable. So the planet Uranus very much likes freedom. It doesn't like rules. So wherever there's structure, Uranus is like, nah, I'm not into that. Taurus very much wants to know what the plan is. Taurus energy is all about going home, sitting on the couch, and being boring. With Uranus there, Uranus has been there since April of 2018. So Tyler's behavior has been just a little bit unpredictable, even unpredictable to himself. He's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know why I said that. Oh my gosh, I didn't know why I did that. I'm really kind of impressed Tyler hasn't gone and gotten a mohawk during this time, because that's very much the energy of I'm going to do whatever I want and look and say and go. So Uranus has been going through Tyler's first house. Come July 7th, Uranus is going to be the last planet to make that transition into the next sign. So Uranus will be moving into Tyler's house of money. So once again, family values, finances. So any sort of structures Tyler has set up in his financial house are, maybe going to be busted up. This isn't 100% negative. Whenever Uranus is moving through your second house, there's surprising windfalls as well. Money's all over the place and you just can't count on it. So come the end of summer, whenever you're watching Tyler, you'll probably hear him complain about money, about someone doing this or someone interrupting this, or maybe YouTube's going to do something, or OnlyFans. But all that unpredictable behavior we love from Tyler, it's still going to be there. It's just not going to be as big. Then on March 30th, Neptune is moving into the sign of Aries. So Neptune very much makes us sensitive, makes us feel other people's feelings, makes us want to cry, makes us want to drink. So every now and then Tyler gets up and does a little bit of drunk tarot. We may see a little bit more of that. He may just become emotional and want to tell us all about it. He's going to feel a little bit off. Anybody with Aries energy is going to feel a little bit off because Aries likes to fight. Neptune isn't about that. Neptune's like, let me give you a big old hug and take a nap. Neptune doesn't do well in Aries energy. So we're going to see Tyler get a little bit sensitive and probably not know why. This energy is in his 12th house, the house of the unseen. Then also on May 25th, Saturn is moving into the sign of Aries. Once again, this is icky energy for Aries. So when Saturn moves into your 12th house, that is a little bit of a tendency towards depression. This may be a lot of sleep. This is more negativity, knowing that folks are out to get you. They're setting rules just to bug you. This is not a fun energy. Tyler, Saturn's only there for 2.5 years. It'll be a bit of a long 2.5 years though. Saturn's moving into Aries on May 25th of this year, 2025. When that happens, it's going to be sitting right on top of Tyler's Mercury. So we may see some type of restriction in his communications. This could also indicate Mercury rules short trips, siblings. There may be issues with his siblings or his car, but there's going to be some sort of frustration around his communication and the way he's thinking. Jupiter right now is in Tyler's house of finances, so money's good right now for Tyler. He's getting all sorts of bonuses, contracts, people watching, making money left and right. Like Jupiter is the planet of abundance. It blesses, it expands. So Tyler naturally has this energy in his house of finances, but he's got Jupiter transiting and Jupiter there. So money's really great right now. That is changing though on June 9th. So Jupiter moves into Tyler's 3rd house. So this is base communication. Tyler's going to have to talk to his neighbors. His siblings are going to want to talk to him. This will be a lot of short day trips. We may be seeing him do tarot in other cities all around. So Tyler also has Chiron in Cancer. I didn't really talk about that, but Chiron's that place like in our soul that we're wounded, that it just kind of hurts to touch. So Tyler may be forced to deal with some family issues, especially from the early years and upbringings. And you know, Tyler's really open in his readings about what's going on in his life. So y'all pay attention. He may mention something about that. Jupiter is going to be in his 3rd house. Who knows? He may even pick up a book and read it. That's another part of that energy. Also going on this year and half of next year, Tyler is experiencing his nodal return. So Tyler's South Node is in his 5th house. So the South Node is the place that we came into this life talented. It's our natural gifts. So this has something to do with creativity, with art, with games. Tyler loves that Ouija board. Tyler's South Node is in the sign of Virgo. Once again, this is communication, information. It's also ruled by that 0-degree Mercury in his 12th house. So Tyler is going to be assessing like where he is in the world, what his calling and destiny is, what his comfort zone is. He may be tempted to move back to a place where his childhood friends are, where he feels like he can be more creative and do better, I guess, maybe with tarot or with the Ouija board or other games. Tyler's North Node is in the sign of Pisces in the 11th house. So Tyler is destined to have friends that he networks with, chosen friends. This may be other YouTube stars. But in the sign of Pisces, this is very much spiritual, sensitive. And so I could see Tyler getting together with a bunch of other TikTok stars, Instagram stars, other psychics, mediums, astrologers, and becoming friends with them. And that's part of his destiny. He'll, I'm sure, do more collaborations in the future. And so this eclipse series that's coming up is going to be in the signs of Virgo and Pisces. So we're going to see some big changes in Tyler's life in regards to how he has fun and his friends. And so that's something else to watch for this year if y'all watch Tyler's Tarot. So anyways, that is Tyler's chart. Y'all let me know if you enjoyed this. It was good to do a celebrity natal chart again. I haven't done this in a while. And thanks for hanging out with me. Please like and subscribe and check out my website. The links and everything are down below. I've got a cool Amazon shop. Y'all can set up a reading with me as well, and it'd be great to hear from you.